So ground pork, carrots, but to save time I got them julienne because we're going to chop them up to small pieces anyway. Pastry wrappers. This is the fresh lumpia pastry wrappers that are thin enough to fry for lumpia. Bamboo shoots because it's for texture, and you will chop those up just as small as you do the carrots. Salt. You can use coarse salt, but finer the salt the better. Onion, garlic, and a little bit of pepper. That's it. But I'm gonna get to doing that in just a minute. Gave the carrots just like a really coarse chop. It's not that many carrots. It's only a pound of pork. And you didn't use the whole bag, obviously, of carrots. Just a little bit there. And then we're gonna do the same amount with bamboo shoots. Okay, so there's like half a can left because we don't want to use the whole thing. After draining the liquid, gave the bamboo sheets here a rough chop. Looks like garlic, but it's not. Anyway, it has a similar texture to the carrot, but it's a little stringier. Anyway, we're going to add that to the pork and the carrot. Make sure you can see it's not as much as the carrots because you don't want it to overwhelm. Okay, so I chopped the onion and I put it in the mixture. It's not mixed yet, but next is the garlic. And I don't do the whole, I'm going to carefully peel this little no, I smash it, put it underneath, and you lightly give it a smash. What's that? Lightly give it a smash. Yeah. So that the skin comes off. And then you can chop it. Okay, I put all the ingredients that I chopped up into the pork mixture, or into the pork bowl. And I'm trying to distribute evenly. I salted the vegetables a little bit. But we're going to give the pork itself a nice liberal dose of salt and pepper. And I'm going to throw in a little accent, which is MSG. We are Asian. So, okay, cool. Hold on. These are the lumpia wrappers. They pulled out of them. They look like super duper thin tortillas. And they're not the kind that puff up and bubble. They're the thin kind for Shanghai. This is the mixture of the pork. Looks kind of like a meatloaf, but it's pork. People say add egg so it's binding. You don't need to add an egg. That just makes it like spongy when you cook it. The reason you don't need to add an egg to bind is because this is the binder, the lumpia wrapper. It's overkill and it changed the taste. Okay. So you have to peel these off of each other because they stick together. And it's a little frustrating sometimes, but that's just how these lumpia wrappers are, always has been. You don't take too much meat, so 1 spoonful for this one sheet, and you're going to spread it out evenly across. I'll show you. Into a thin like layer, because it's raw meat, so it's got to cook, and this is a very thin like lumpia pastry, so it'll burn if you cook it too long, but you need to cook it a decent amount, otherwise the pork won't cook, and then you're going to have food poisoning. A little more here. So it's a nice thin layer in order for it to be able to be cooked in like a short period of time. Then we're going to roll it, and we're going to seal the ends with water, just like seal the end so that sticks. The trick is not to cook it right away, believe it or not. For homemade lumpia anyway, freeze them for a little while so that the rolls are nice and stuck, and then when you fry them, they don't have too much of an opportunity to unwrap. Okay, so when you wrap, you want to get the first roll in there. You want it really tight. You want it like no air bubbles. And you're going to keep rolling that really tight all the way up. And again, seal with the water here to make it stick. Okay, so I rolled a few, as you can see, and I cut them in half, not like into 4s or 3s, because I like, little bigger ones. We're making them ourselves, so why bother making them super small? And that's what stores do in order to sell per piece, quote unquote, per piece. Anyway, so I'm going to freeze these while I do the rest of them. And got to peel some more wrappers. Like I said, you have to peel them off of each other. You have to be really patient. It's like peeling a dollar bill. off the front from the back. Google that when you get home. Anyway, so I'm going to put these in the fridge, or in the freezer for a little bit. And then we'll fry them in that pan, like shallow oil, you know, face down so that the seams don't come apart. And they don't take long. You'll be able to eyeball it when it looks done. It's golden brown. And it'll be good. You can serve it with, what do you call it? Rice vinegar, rice wine vinegar, whatever, with a little bit of crushed garlic and pepper, or sweet and sour sauce, whatever you like.
Happy birthday, baby girl. Thank
you. There's the Lumpia Ost Shanghai. And there's the garlic rice vinegar with pepper, sesame oil with salt.